are reporting that Manchester United are set to open talks with Madrid, and they know the price. The price is set at 85 million quid for Manchester United. That's just below 100 million euros. That's what the Spanish main publications are saying at the moment. Spanish reporters saying Real Madrid has accepted 2 offers for Tchouameni and Camavinga from the Premier League.
Right, let's talk about Tchouameni, because like it or not, we've had very good information around this for months. It started in March when Man United sort of made an approach to his representatives about the likelihood of his wanting to come to Man United. Tchouameni's always been open to coming to Man United if Real Madrid want to let him go. What we've seen in the last week, I gave you the update that this is very unlikely to happen. Real Madrid are now moving towards not wanting to let him go, and it would take something huge money-wise for Real Madrid to consider changing their mind. What we've had today is quite a few updates coming in saying that Man United are on the prowl for Tchouaméni. Some Spanish outlets, just to give you a summary of them, some of the stuff that's been coming out today. We've got Man United are willing to put a lot of money on the table to sign Tchouaméni. First contacts are expected in the coming days. That was from J. Felix Diaz. We've also had at Gianluigi Langari saying that Man United intend to move the negotiations into the operational phase by opening direct talks with Real Madrid for Tchouaméni. AS, an outlet in Spain, has said that Real Madrid will not sell Tchouaméni for less than 100 million euros. So a lot of talk around Tchouaméni again today. I think it's bullshit. I actually do think it's bullshit. I think there's none of those updates that make me think, oh, this is going to happen. It's not Fabrizio Romano. It's not David Ornstein. It's Spanish outlets. And I think ultimately the one thing that seems to be very clear is that if United wanted to do this deal, you would have to be the aggressor. You would have to be like knocking on the door and saying, here's a load of money. I think the big problem you've got is that, and it's only an opinion, my opinion is there's more chance of him signing a new contract at Real Madrid than signing for Man United at the moment. As of today, I think there is more chance that he'll sign a new contract at Real Madrid than stay at Manchester United. Because if you think about it, he's got 2 years left on his contract. He's playing really well. He fits Mourinho's style of football like a bloody glove. And if Mourinho wants to keep him, I think Real Madrid will say, well, we don't want you to be in a situation next year when you've only got a year left on your contract. So, let's get a new contract on. Just on Edison, by the way, I have a bit of a theory. I'm hoping I won't get proven right on this with Edison. Like it came out yesterday that the Edison deal's off, and then everybody was in a panic from the Manchester Evening News to Romano to say it's still on, he's got to do his medical. The only thing I would say, and I put it out late last night on X, so it's not new, I just wonder if, I think it will happen, and I don't agree with anybody saying he's shit because he came on against Brazil at 0-0, against Norway at 0-0 and they lost 2-0. Obviously, I don't think he's performed very well in the World Cup, but he wasn't part of the original squad. There's plenty of excuses there. We have to judge him in a United shirt. And I think he will be wearing a Man United shirt. But the only thing that made me think is there something in the first medical that's got United panicking a little bit? And I don't think there has, but I just thought, you know what? Is there something in the medical that United might go, no? There is a theory that some people are saying Man United might find something in the medical so they can buy Santos instead of Edison. But I think we will sign him, Edison. Look at what Spurs are doing compared to us, says David. I'm tired, mate, says the Martian. It was supposed to be a completely different summer. I've lost all hope. Is there anything we as fans can do? The transfer news related to United makes me angrier and angrier. Santos, really, says the Martian, 898. But you know what? There is a positive. Man United fans are never, backwards at going forwards. We're not quiet. I'm sure Barada and co think that they can survive, but ultimately, who can survive when they're performing badly? I personally think Wilcox, I said it in January, should have been sacked. I think he should have been sacked because he's recruited 2 managers and sacked them and spent a load of money. He's a failure. He should be sacked. And yet he seems to have this aura of invincibility. The same with Barada. He's presided over a festering turd for 2 years. So, look, if they want to fuck this summer transfer window up, surely they're gone. Surely they will get the sack. I mean, I don't know. I know Ed Woodward helped the Glazers buy Manchester United. There was a few of them in it together. I can't remember the names. There was Woodward, Arnold, and somebody else who helped the Glazers buy United. So they loved Woodward. I don't really get what Sir Jim loves about Barada and Wilcox. Like, they've never worked together, really. So realistically, if Sir Jim Radcliffe's a proper businessman and they've sacked a lot of managers at Nice and they've sacked a lot of managers at Man United, why would they not sack these people? So look, their job, they surely must realise their jobs are on the line. And when our CEO is sat there a few weeks ago with Andy Mittens saying about winning the league this year, or if not this year, next year, and you think our CEO is talking about winning the league with his mouth, and then with his hands he's signing Santos and Edison. I mean, there's got to be. If it really does go bad, surely they'll get the sack. I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, but surely there's got to be some accountability this time.
Now, a few weeks ago, I told you about Jose Mourinho's list of transfers, listed players, and Camavinga is on it. I also broke the news that the club sees Tchouameni as a key player to sign in midfield. Well, Madrid has accepted 2 offers from the Premier League. The fact that Real Madrid accepted the offers already says everything about their intentions. So, this, I think... Well, when you look at it this way, again, it's whether you believe it or not, and this is where we're at with the window now. I won't say desperate, but it does kind of feel this way for us waiting for news at the moment as a United fan base. He says here, the fact that Madrid have accepted these offers says everything about their intentions regarding the 2 players. However, the offers have been rejected by both players. By both footballers in Camavinga and Tchouameni. So they're offered apparently similar wages to what they're already on at Real Madrid, and they want pay rises, both players. They're both looking at new contracts and wanting a definite yes or no on their futures with Real Madrid. See, we know this already, and this is just another report coming out from Spain stating the situation that is at Real at the moment. And again, they don't want to give too much away, it would seem. There are targets for Real Madrid, and they don't want to let it be known, it would seem. They play their transfer window very cleverly, and they do flex their muscle when they get a sniff of anything happening. We all know about the Julian Alvarez situation. I'm pretty certain that was just to bump up the price and make it difficult for Barcelona, because Atletico are never going to sell a player to Real Madrid. I think that's a definitely in the circumstances around La Liga at the moment anyway. So, yeah, Real Madrid and their side of things, these 2 names keep coming up. I don't know if they're going to sell both. I've never heard of this before, and I've not read anything else until this about both players going. So, kind of makes me think, is this genuine or not? But they are reporting it. And the reports from Dario Sport also are saying that United are in talks with Madrid for Tchouameni. Look, there have been reports saying that United have had a bid rejected. The reports saying that United went out 2 days ago to speak to Real Madrid. If they went out 2 days ago, they would have already had them conversations already. United have spoke to Tchouameni's agent. Romano confirmed that. Just making sure and staying in contact with the agent himself over this move. Romano did say something similar to this report, though, which is interesting, which is on the wages. And the wages need to come down for Manchester United. That's what Romano has reported all along. And this kind of goes along with it by saying that the 2 footballers, as in Camavinga and Tchouameni, are not happy with the wages that are on offer. They want more to make the move, or they're looking for a new contract on more at Real Madrid. It's still completely up in the air, this deal, I feel, and where we're at, because we also had Samuel Luckhurst on earlier on talking about Manchester United actually not being able to get Tchouameni because the price is too dear. They want to bring the wage bill down. They've already brought the wage bill down. And I think a lot of what Samuel Luckhurst was saying was regurgitated from his last report about prices of players going up. After Manchester United missed out on Elliot Anderson, the prices went up. They then missed out on Fernandes. And it was kind of the same report again from Samuel Luckhurst earlier on. There wasn't much new in it. All he said was that Manchester United are not put off by the price tag of of Alex Scott. If they're not put off by the price tag of Alex Scott, then they're definitely not going to be put off of the price tag for Aurélien Tchouaméni either. So both of these deals are completely up and open at the moment and could definitely 100% still happen. And these reports that are coming out from Spain again, they're piling on. And look, Spain and the reports over there in Spain can make this transfer seem the attraction to the transfer. They're doing their bit for Madrid. They all running powerful football club over there in Spain. And obviously there are publications that stick to what Madrid want and are pro-Madrid in nearly everything. And we know about this. So they're always going to say that this is somebody coming in for a Madrid player. This is gathering momentum. This is looking good. They're having meetings. It might not be happening, of course. And obviously if you hear someone like Romano come out and say that this isn't happening, it's just Manchester United contacting the agents of the players, you tend to believe that. But there's weight in the rumour, there's weight in the reports and the amount of reports that are coming out at the moment. Manchester United would not go and speak to Real Madrid unless they knew Tchouameni wanted the move.